Hello and welcome back. For starters, this microphone headphone set is about a foot and a half away from my mouth, mounted on a pillow, because I don't have any of that type of recording equipment. And as you are experiencing right now, the sound quality is not good. That is not going to take away from the importance and the point of this video. So I decided to go ahead and make, especially with, and I told myself a few times when I have a bigger $1,000+ sale, I'll do one of these type videos. This is the first one since I've been making YouTube, and my only other top highest sale videos were at the very beginning and back in the beginning of December. So now it's time for a top, whatever the amount is going to be. Right now it's 25 on here. We'll see how long the video is going to be in regards to this. So I can go top 90 days. So there is the total, of course, that as you refresh price or dollar amounts and numbers change because of the exact time when they came in, but almost 28K, which is good to have this 1,600, almost 2,000 right here. And as you can see, it's 25,000, almost 25 for. I don't know why this keeps coming up with for Powell. If I know Powell, Ohio, I think that's down by like Mansfield, down by the Mansfield prison where Shawshank Redemption was filmed. So anyhow, 25,000, 90 days, you can do the math. There's 4 of those 90-day sets in a year, so that's 100K. It is, it is work. I say all the time, it's anywhere from 30 to 35 hours, depending. I really don't do anything less. I don't keep track of my hours, but I know how much time I put in each day in the spatterings throughout the day, each day, each week. And it's 30 plus, 35. There might be a week or two when I go far and it's 40 hours throughout the entire week. And I'm not going to get into all the write-offs and deductions and all those different maths. So if the important number is that if you, for me wise, what took what was for years and years and years to barely be able to hit 50K a year to then getting into physical media. And I'm just going to say everything into one. It's just way, way more enjoyable to work with physical media than it is with any other category that I have found throughout my at least 20 for a full part time. And full part time would be, I've probably had for the entire time of this store that I have, this account that I have, I've probably always had 500, if not more, listings. And then getting into physical media is really where I just like, I can get a lot of listings up, and it's quick and easy to do. So, physical media. Let's get to that. All right, let's get to the point of the video, and that is the top, whatever it's going to be, at least 25. And I'm not going to yammer on because I think I'm timed for these videos with the clip champ and all that. But still, so if you watched one of the recent sales videos, here's $1,650 for this 9 disc record press, whichever. Uh, Lady Gaga cassette. It was number 2324 out of 3,000. I got this North Olmsted. I don't think it was Royalton. I think it was Olmsted at the VOA out there for a few bucks. It was under 10. I don't remember exactly in the sales video that this is in, which is going to have a $1,650 on the graphic for the thumbnail. In that video, when I get to that, there's a link to the video of where I source this from, which will give you the price of what I paid. Either way, even if it was 10 bucks or 2 bucks, it's still, this is half of what it is brand new. I could have stuck around and waited for a lot more, but you know what? One in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Next is this AA 1948, where I was at yesterday. Where did I go yesterday? Where oh, that was Savers. They had a third edition. Not anything. First and seconds are going to be the ones that are going to be worth money. Got this relatively listed on the 8th and sold in 5 days for $100 less than what I was asking. And that 650 is more than of what the average upper selling price would be, or the upper mean. So I got more. That's commanding price. Why I got more? It's probably because of quality of pictures and so on and so forth. So actually, let's go in there while I'm here. Go to the original listing. I even have a little video, and I will do this every once in a while if it's going to play. I should probably do that for a couple others, but that's just that one. And I know when it comes down to AA, people can be quite particular. And we can see even on, and I've even used a little highlight wand that you can use for the pictures to highlight any of this, and usually I do. I just didn't, but most of it, I almost always will when I'm doing a sell similar. I will highlight it. I'll make the pictures just that little bit better. I will crop it in as tight as I can to make those pictures a little bit better. But I mean, it was in really, really, really excellent shape. I mean, I could have probably easily commanded 900 to a grand if the dust jacket was in a tad bit better condition. All right, so enough about that. Back out of that. All right, we have the Thomas and DVD and CD set. I don't remember where I got this one at. I had to resurface one of them. I don't remember, but this case question insert. I'd resurface. Maybe it was a DVD, which would probably make sense. Could have been. Yeah, except for when you highlight the picture, you'll get a lot of these granulations. So little specks of dust and stuff on there. But still, this is one that 196 was listed on July 3rd and sold a month later for almost $200. And I probably had it for longer than that, and I was just waiting to resurface it. These are the men's interest mags, and this is the only picture that I use in this entire listing. That's from the buyer, and I believe they already got this. Yeah, delivered today. So these I got at a garage up in Madison at 96. Gave them $100 for it, and I got something else. It was just $100 total. They sat around. eBay kept taking it down because of words in the title and actual pictures that were covering the things up that were supposed to be covered up. So I just did it like that. So those are gone. That was a big bulky box, like 53 pounds total shipped. This is an interesting one. One I got at the Salvation Army in Copley Fairlawn. This is in a whenever I got this back in May, so it would have been the end of April or mid-April, somewhere around there in a sourcing video. This item right here will be the thumbnail, and I think it was like $200. What I put over there, 150 plus, or whatever I put over the thumbnail for the dollar graphic. And it did take a little while. This one went out maybe a month ago. Yeah, pretty much a month ago. And so May, June, July, August, 4 months for $176. This one was actually under the bookshelf on the bottom part of the bookshelf. The bottom shelf you can pull up, and then the floor is right below you with all the dust, debris, dirt, and all that other stuff. This was tucked under there. And I have a video of that, but not of that, because I found it and I'm like, that would be a great time to make a video to explain. And I did that, and then YouTube dinged the video for copyright music, so you can't hear me talking about what happened. I'm only showing you in that part of the video. So that was a cool find. See some other good ones here. Yeah, again, this is all stuff within sales of the past 90 days, and most of the stuff I probably wouldn't have had for much of those 90 days. Except for something like this, I've had this for years. November, almost 2 years. And I believe that was in a video. If it wasn't, then either way, but got this at maybe the Habitat for Humanity in Eastlake. $10, I think. Was missing a couple sensors, and somebody had actually ordered it and paid like 240, and then got real pissy with me because I essentially the way they were wording it, that I forced them to buy something because I didn't have that it's missing two sensors in the title, something along those lines. And this was maybe a year and a half ago or something. They bought it. They're like, oh no, I want to cancel. It's like, why? They're like, well, because you're the one who forced me to buy it because you don't have missing sensors in the title. So I just thought that it came incomplete. And I said, well, there you go, thinking and not reading, or whichever, however that. So that feedback dropped off a while ago. eBay allowed that to stay on, although it was obviously the buyer's mistake. It doesn't bother me. This automated feedback is definitely helping, but I still maintain 99.6 to 99.9%. Every once in a while, you're always going to get that one in there that's like, oh, you as a seller, like, I don't care. It's not going to bother me. Um, Amanda show, Amanda Bynes show, Media Ticker did a video in regards to they were soundtracks or DVD sets. And so this is one I don't remember where I found this one at. This was back in February, so you'd have to refer to a sourcing video in February in regards to this. This is probably when I was still laying them down on like the table and just pointing at them saying prices, which will probably end up coming back for quite a bit in winter. We'll deal with that then. So this is 115 bucks. Oh no, this I want to say was at the Village Discount in Coggle Falls, so right up the road from where we used to live at, down by Merriman Valley in Akron. I think that was there. And if anything, it was either 90 cents or a buck 50, or I don't even. It had been around that price range. They don't charge much for their stuff there, so that was a good pickup for, let's just say, $2. And why is it this guy here? This guy here kind of looked like I'm thinking of Linus from Linus uh, Tech Tips. I'm not a fan of his either. This book here just sold not too long ago. This one I got at Savers in Parma. Probably paid $3-4 for it. Didn't take too long. I got quite a bit more for this one than of what other ones have sold of recent. So even if I do this, Fading Fruits, go Control C, go into here. I don't know if it's going to record this or not. Fading Fruits, books, 35. Sold, 31. 2002, I think mine was a different year. 2003, type in 2003, and mine's the only one for 2003. It might be, I don't know. Let's see here. I'm just speculating here. New other. Only other ones are Across the Pond or 110 bucks or 100 bucks. And that's not even the same one. So we go clear all. See what the highest price are right here. I doubt those, but there's 3 of them right there. So I started an uptrend to where I got quite a bit of chunk out of mine, and now people that are going to list theirs are likely, if they're looking at condition, will hopefully list theirs higher to where that trend stays up there and keeps the point of the value of these things there. kind of what part of commanding prices. So I went too off on a tangent on that. Another book, I don't remember where I got it. I think I just paid the buck or two or whichever. I think I had this one for a while. Paid the buck or two just to have it, because in case someone would want it, it's $150 plus book. And this one I did January of 24, so almost a whole year, less than 12 months before I started YouTube. It was when I at least pictured this and listed it. I may have had it for 2 weeks or a month prior to that. So that one, again, I don't remember, but probably just paid a buck or two. This particular one, this may have been on Lee Road. And I should be able to, without any, if you're not, if you are put off by what is essentially um, men's interest, that type of stuff, then skip forward, because I'm going to show the back. This bottom picture has some of those. Okay, so that. So this was just a preview disc, I think, a preview disc, and that's what they typed with the K. So I don't, whatever I have in the title and whatever I have in the picture is what it is. So this, I'm going to guess, is probably, you put it in the computer and you could preview upcoming releases, I'm going to guess, of the DVDs or VHS or whichever that would be on the back, on back here. So I've got 100 and something bucks, 150 bucks, 140. These just sold, actually. So these will be in tomorrow's sales video. These are essentially just for the frames. $143 for these Oakley radar lock frames. I think it was burn frame. I think it's because of this crackle, this wood crackle, and this 00, not 00. This is 00, 9181, and bad lenses. These I probably ran through the dishwasher, and that's how they turned out. And that's why sometimes when you get these, if they do turn out bad, you can still sell the frames. And these are just happen to be one of them. Now with the lenses, if they were good lenses, it'd only be like 20, 30 bucks more. I don't even know if they're even Oakley. Oh, it looks like there's an Oakley right here. All right, so 143 bucks. Bad lenses, very good plus frames, flaking lenses. They're 20, 30 bucks to replace. 4 videos. You see over here on this lens. What I pay? $2, maybe. Less than that. Most frames I buy, these may have been $3.14 at a Goodwill, but still pretty cheap. This book right here, I got at the Salvation Army up in Chapel Hill, Cuyahoga Falls, in May. So it's this year, and I know I said something about, yeah, because this is when I think I was displaying these on like my couch, and then I pulled this book from the rest. I'm like, oh, and this book's like $100 book. And eventually it's all 143 bucks. I mean, this is when I talked about, I think that this went to someone who's living in Riviera Beach, Florida, 33, makes sense. And like the condo or wherever the apartments that he lived at is like $5,000 a month rent. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with this guy. Never received the feedback from it, but either way, Dance Gavin Dance, this is another one. And so this 143 just means that I'm putting it at what, 198, 198.76 original prices, 23456, and then it goes at 39% off. This one I picked up. I don't remember where I picked this one up. Didn't have it for too long. August 10th, so maybe a month later. September 10th, exactly a month later. For 143 bucks, paid a buck, maybe two. This is why I like physical media most of the time. Some newer viewer, subscriber just left a comment on the one where I sold the little puppy training one for $62. And he made that comment. He's like, I never really thought about, well, he wanted to kind of get into DVDs and CDs and stuff. But the big point is that he goes, yeah, it's so cheap. They're like $1 or $2 each. Basically saying you're not really out much. So the stuff that sells, you get paid for it. The stuff that doesn't. All right. So this Byron Birdsall is, I got 18, 19, 20 of these different Birdsall watercolor pictures from the Habitat for Humanity in North Randall, down there by that thrift world, whatever it is down there. So I sold a whole bunch. The screenshot of those sales are in the video, the sales video of this. I sold a whole bunch, anywhere from 150 to 250 to $600-700 a handful. Sold probably half of them. And then I put them all together and was just asking 3,000. A couple months later, bring the price down to like 28 and 26, and eventually got down to 2,000. I'm like, at that point now, I might as well just list these individually again and just get something. The night I listed these, this guy messaged me and came in with an offer for what, 145, 130 bucks. I'm like, yep, take it. So I have eight or nine more other Byron Birdsall watercolor, one of one signed artist proof watercolor paintings. But they're artist proofs, right? So they're a print. They're not the actual painting, they're a print. And this is the uh, what Byron Birdsall then ultimately decided on and said, yes, these are this exact rendition is what I want to be mass produced with like 250 or 500 of them. And then that's where you get the numbered versions. These are not numbered. These are the one of one before the numbered versions. So consider it like the beta, if you will. This Killing of a Unicorn, a book I did not have long. This one I think I got down at the VOA in Willoughby, Wycliffe. So basically right down the road from me. So the Hope thrift store is right around the corner from there. The Savers is 5-6 blocks, maybe more than that, but it's within a couple miles. It's no traffic and no lights. You're there in 7 minutes. So this one, I'm going through and I see unicorn, killing a unicorn. I'm like, yep, that's definitely interesting. And no barcode on this. I pick it up, look it up, and I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good book. And I don't think so. It wasn't too much lower, for about 20 bucks less than what I was asking. So that's not too bad for that book. I probably paid $2 for it. Might have been three. California Dreams went international. The guy was 109 total in for that. Oh no, you know what? It was California Dreams? Maybe it was California Dreams that Brandon at Media Picker was talking about. But either way, I picked this up, and I do believe that this I know I got at that Village Discount I was mentioning on where I thought I got the Amanda one from. The Amanda one I think I got at a Goodwill in Brook Park. Mixing stories, point's still the same. So was a 90s TV show. I remember this. I remember just kind of very vaguely. And so, and as for the soundtracks, I had actually sold the soundtracks, the CD, for about the same price of what just this season 1 and 2, season 1 and 2. Yeah, these Three Investigators books. Again, I picked these ones up. I picked up a whole bunch of them, probably more than twice this amount right here, so a little over 20 maybe. And I just listed the other one, the Shrinking House one. I just listed that today. I did my book listings today, besides the Warhammer. That may have been that right there. So I got them all for $1.80, and then probably 20% off of that at Savers up here. A bunch of them didn't have good spines or detached. The ones that I just wanted to list individually, I listed individually. All others I put in this auction lot, and I ultimately got 127 bucks. So did I get my money back out of the $15 I spent? Yep. Sure did, because I think a couple of, at least one of those might be in this video here. This video game on these two, I got at the miscellaneous barn up here in Paynesville, probably $5 each, maybe. And to do one wouldn't really make too much sense, because after I whenever I decided to put them together is why I did. There we go, $75. When I think they went to Germany, uh, Denmark maybe, Berlin. I'm gonna guess. I don't know if there's a Berlin, Denmark. So he was $124.85 total into those games, and we're in this $128. This buyer was in total in that California Dream set. This mantra got this at the Salvation Army in Talmadge. Again, Talmadge, Cog Falls. No, that was Cog Falls. Up there, paid maybe $2, I think, maybe three. Looked that one up, and some of them were kind of similar, but they were vertical, which were less. The ones that were like this in Terra Peak, and there's only a few of them, have sold for within this range, 120 to 140, or maybe 110 to 130, within that range. And then this Bible just sold, just went out today or yesterday. Yesterday. This one I explained in a recent, yeah, this one actually went out in with the Lady Gaga. So that was $143 or whatever I got for that. 122. The Jimmy Buffett, we got this at Savers for most likely $2 or less. And that's a local Savers, and the one right up here, so it wouldn't be less unless I used a coupon. And just a few minor little scuffs and scratches that didn't merit me to resurface it. So $110 for that. That one didn't take long to sell. This one was another one of those Rocket magazines. That's actually, there's another one that sold today too. July 14th is when it sold, and I listed it on June, so almost 3 weeks. This game here, I picked up at the miscellaneous barn, got it back. It's either someone ordered it and canceled, or I had just listed it and it didn't even go on sale yet. And the person just went ahead and just that 125, and they were local, and they were right down here in Chardon, I want to say. Chardon, yep. So they were right down the road from me. Here is one of the Three Investigators books, like the 9-book lot that I just showed. So this one I paid $1.80 for, and minus whatever an amount for a discount. So this was $130, was it? $115. Barty, this one just went out not too long ago. Well, it's been almost a month now. Maybe $4. Barry and the Boys, CIA, the Mob, America's deal, and it's not even signed. So that was a $103 book. That one actually went down to, I think this is the house, like the $1.5 million house in Kentucky. Pikeville. Yep. Pikeville, Kentucky. You'd have to go to that video, but yeah, $1.5 million house. Yeah, no problems from that guy. These I got at Savers in Parma, probably $3 each. Put them together. One, maybe this one is regularly 70, $80. And this one is maybe a little less. I just kind of put the two together and turn out as it is. I guess I don't even know the timing I have. Oh, I'm almost done out of time. All right, so there we go. That is those solds for whatever the total amount is. That'll be in the video, top 25 of the past 90 days. So it just goes to show, man, media. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.